Welcome to the Sky Commander Flight Brief. It's your mission-ready podcast for drone pilot training and aerial insights across Canada.
From Transport Canada rules to real-world drone ops, we break it down, take you higher, and help you earn your wings. Because here at skycommander.ca, we don't just fly.
It hints there's more to it. It's a masterclass, a deeper level, maybe a philosophy or a community focus, perhaps.
It's definitely intriguing, sets them apart from just, a basic tips show. Skycommander.ca is the obvious next step. Precisely. If you're thinking about flying a drone in Canada, boom, this content is aimed right at you.
Powered by skycommander.ca.
The elite podcast for Canada's drone pilot. Okay, let's get started. Have you ever found yourself staring at those cryptic lines of letters and numbers at the end of a weather report? Especially when you're looking up aviation weather. It looks like absolute gibberish at first, right? Well, today we're doing a deep dive into those precise coded messages called METARs Essential Aviation Weather Reports. Think of this as your shortcut, really, to decoding what's happening in the skies above you, turning that gibberish into, actionable insights.
Yeah, many drone pilots glance at weather apps, but true mastery, especially for safe and legal ops, comes from understanding METARs. What most folks don't realize is how just one little code, like RMKTSOHD, can instantly flip a go day into an absolute no-go. It can save your drone or even, prevent a really dangerous situation. We're going to show you not just what these codes mean, but the critical, often overlooked insights they reveal for making smart, safe, and legal flight decisions, helping you confirm if the weather meets your VLOS, visibility, and wind limits.
Okay, so let's unpack this a bit. METARs. What exactly are we talking about? Is it just any old weather report, or is there something more specific about how they're structured and used?
That's a great question, because just a weather report barely scratches the surface. A METAR is precisely a standardized aviation weather report, issued at least once an hour, by weather stations at airports globally. It's genius, it's compact and coded, gives you a complete, almost real-time weather snapshot in just a tiny bit of text.
So it's like a compressed file of current weather. And that standardization, I imagine, is key because of who uses them, who exactly relies on these.
Exactly. It's a universal language for the skies. We're talking airline pilots, private pilots, air traffic controllers, flight planners, meteorologists, military teams, search and rescue. But for you, specifically as a drone pilot, maybe aiming for advanced certification, this knowledge is, it's non-negotiable. It's critical for pre-flight planning, assessing visibility, cloud ceilings, wind conditions, precipitation, you name it. They directly influence your gonna-go decisions, route choices, even planning alternate landing spots if things change.
That makes perfect sense. And because so many rely on them, I assume they're updated pretty frequently. You said hourly.
Absolutely. METARs are issued hourly, usually right at the top of the hour. But crucially, you'll sometimes see SPECI reports pop up.
SPECI?
Yeah, SPECI, S-P-E-C-I. These are special METARs issued anytime weather conditions change significantly. Often, it signals things are worsening, something you absolutely need to be aware of, immediately.
Okay, good heads up. So to guide our deep dive today, we've got a Rosetta Stone METAR example. We're going to fully decode this one by the end of our conversation. This is the one we'll be breaking down piece by piece. CYYC 141500, Z250, 10KT, 15SM, FUW 020, BKN 050, OVC 09 CO1208, A2992, RMK C1, SCV SC3, SLP 134. Looks like a puzzle now, huh? But not for long. When I first look at these METARs, they just seem like random character strings, but I've heard there's actually a kind of genius to their layout. How are these single lines actually structured to deliver so much critical info?
That's where it gets really interesting. You see, a METAR breaks down visually into 6 major blocks. It's not random at all. Think of it like a pilot's checklist arranged logically from the big picture down to the finer details. You've got 1, location and time, 2, wind, 3, visibility, 4, sky conditions, 5, temperature and pressure, and 600, remarks, or RMK.
So it's blocks, okay.
Yeah. And the reason it's ordered this way, it's for rapid decision-making. It follows a critical to detailed flow. First, where and when, basic context. Then, wind, is it safe? Then, visibility, can we see? Clouds VFR rules apply. Then, temps, pressure, house performance affected. And finally, remarks, anything else important.
Okay, so it's built for speed.
Exactly. It's a highly efficient system.
That's really smart. Designed for quick assessment. To help you remember that order, here's a helpful mnemonic pilots often use. Lions watch vultures soaring toward runways. That's location, wind, visibility, sky conditions, temperature, pressure, and remarks. Kind of catchy, right?
It works.
All right, ready to really dig in. Turn that gibberish into actual weather insights for your drone flights. Let's tackle it block by block.
Let's do it. Starting with block 1, location and time. Looking at our example, CYYC 14100Z. The first part, CYYC, that's the ICAO location code, always 4 letters, International Airport Code. Canadian airports like this one start with C, CYYC is Calgary, CYE is Edmonton, CZVL, Villeneuve, maybe near you. For your RPS ops, you want the METAR from the closest station, ideally within, say, 10 to 20 kilometers. Closest is best.
Okay, find the C code for the nearest airport. Makes sense. What about the numbers and the Z?
Right, the second part, 1411500Z, that's the date and time group. The 14 is the day of the month, 1500 is the time, and Z stands for Zulu time.
Zulu time.
Yeah, Zulu time. It's Coordinated Universal Time, UTC, standard across aviation. Avoids all that time zone confusion, So to convert to your local time, you just adjust. Like for Mountain Daylight Time, you'd subtract 6 hours. So 1500Z becomes 9210 AM MDT.
Ah, okay. So that Z time is our timestamp. And for drone pilots, how fresh that timestamp is, that makes all the difference, right? Why is an old METAR a red flag?
It's critical. It tells you exactly how old the report is. Now, they're usually updated hourly, but if the one you're looking at is older than, say, an hour or two, conditions might have changed a lot, especially if the weather is kind of unstable or borderline. You really want to avoid flying on outdated info.
Like checking yesterday's forecast for today.
Got it. Exactly. Doesn't work.
Okay, critical takeaway there. To help lock that in, here's a little phrase for block 1. C locates me, Z time sets the clock.
Nice one. Okay, next up, block 2, wind. In our example, we see 250-10 KT. The first 3 digits, 250, tell you the wind direction. And this is important. It's where the wind is blowing from, in degrees true. So 250 degrees, that's just a bit west to southwest. Quick reference, 00 is north, 090 east, 180 south, 270 west.
Got it. From 250 degrees. And the 10 KT.
Right. The next 2 digits plus KT mean wind speed in knots. So 10 KT is 10 knots, which is roughly 19 kilometers per hour. Now, for RPAS, this is absolutely crucial. Your go-no-go often hinges on this. Less than 10 knots, ideal, probably a go-go. 10 to 15 knots, that's your caution zone. You must check your drone's max wind rating, often around 10-15 meters per second, which is like 20-30 knots, but check your manual. Anything consistently over 15 knots, that's generally a NATO go for many drones. Just too unstable. I've seen, well, let's just say things can go sideways fast.
Yeah, I can imagine. Good warning. But wind isn't always steady, is it? What about gusts?
Spot on. Meters account for that. You might see a G followed by numbers, then KT, like G25 KT. So 180.015 G25 KT means wind from 180 degrees at 50 knots, but gusting up to 25 knots. Any gusts more than, say, 5 to 7 knots above the steady wind, that's a potential red flag, signals unstable air.
Okay, G for gusts. Makes sense.
And you might also see 0.00000 KT for calm winds, or VRB 03 KT. VRB means variable direction, usually when winds are light, like 3 knots here, and shifting around too much to pin down.
Okay, variable. Got it. So a mental trick for this block. 3 for heading, 2 for speed, G for surprise.
Perfect. Moving on to block 3, visibility. Our example has 15 SM. In Canada, the standard is statute miles, SM. So 15 SM means visibility is 15 statute miles. Crucially, watch out for fractions, like 34 SM. That indicates very low visibility, a major red flag for any flight, especially visual ones.
And this is your absolute make or break for RPAS, visual line of sight, VLOS, right? So greater than 3 SM, definitely go. Excellent conditions, you can see your drone easily. 2 to 3 SM, that's shake ocean, you're close to the minimums. Need to visually verify conditions on site. Less than 2 SM, that's an immediate NO-GO. It's a legal violation for advanced ops and just plain unsafe. You need to see your drone. And remember, in controlled airspace, the legal minimum under CARS 901.11 is 3 SM, 3 statute miles.
And here's a common mistake people make. 10 SM is often the maximum reported visibility in ITAR.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It doesn't mean visibility is only 10 miles or barely acceptable. It means it's at least 10 statute miles. Could be much, much more.
That's a really important distinction. So 10 SM is great news, not marginal. But what if the METAR says 10 SM, but, it feels foggier where you are? How do you handle that?
Great point. That's where a bit of secret sauce comes in. You always cross-reference the METAR with your own eyes. On-site observation is key.
Yeah.
A METAR is a snapshot from a specific point, usually the airport sensor. Local conditions, microclimates, they can vary. If it feels off where you are, trust your eyes first. Your visual assessment is paramount.
Trust your eyes. Got it. So, to remember this visibility block, 10 or more, you're good to go. 2 or less, heck no.
Love it. Okay, block 4. Sky conditions. This is about clouds. Our example shows FUW020, BKN050OVC09. Each cloud layer report has 2 parts, a 3-letter coverage code and a 3-digit height. That height is in hundreds of feet AGL. above ground level. The codes tell you how much sky is covered. SKC or CLR means clear. FQW means few clouds. It's like 18th to 28th of the sky covered. SCT is scattered, 38ths to 48ths. BKN is broken, 58th to 78ths. And OVC is overcast, full coverage.
Octas, right, eighths of the sky.
Exactly, octas. And importantly, in Canada, BKN, broken, and OVC, overcast, are considered a cloud ceiling. That's the lowest layer that really limits your flight, whether VFR or drone ops.
Okay, ceiling. And that brings us to the critical RPAS go-no-go for clouds under CARS 901.11b in controlled airspace. You have to stay at least 500 feet below any clouds and 1,000 feet horizontally away from them. So if you're flying at, say, 400 feet AGL, any cloud base needs to be at least 900 feet AGL or higher, and not right next to you. Quick example, FUW0020 SCT04's BKN 100. That looks okay, right? Broken layer is way up at 10,000 feet.
Yep, that's a GL, plenty of room.
But what about BKN 006 OVC015?
Oof. That's a definite no-go. Broken clouds starting at just 600 feet AGL. Way too low. You can't maintain that 500-foot vertical separation.
Right. Instant no-go. So the memory aid for this one, few, scattered, don't be flustered, broken, or over duck for cover.
Perfect. Okay, moving on. Block 5. Temperature, dew point, and altimeter setting. Our example has 1208 A2992. The first part, 1208, is temperature/dew point, both in Celsius. So 12 degrees C temperature, 8 degrees C dew point. If you see an M before the number, like MO5, that means minus. So -5 degrees C.
Okay, temp and dew point. What does this really mean for my drone ops? High temps, maybe over 25 degrees C. That can lead to battery overheating, right? Reduced performance.
Definitely batteries don't like extreme heat.
And near freezing, 0 to 3 degrees C, especially if the dew point is really close to the temperature, like within 2 degrees, that's an icing risk, isn't it?
Absolutely. Moisture can freeze on the props or airframe. Very dangerous.
And if the dew point is just close to the temp, even if it's warmer, that means fog or mist could form, killing your visibility.
Spot on. That temperature dew point spread is a key indicator of potential fog or low cloud formation.
So these numbers directly impact performance and safety. Good to know. What about the second part, A2992?
That's the altimeter setting. A stands for altimeter, and the number 21992 is the pressure in inches of mercury, so 29.92 inches. Now, you don't manually set a barometric altimeter on most drones, but this value tells you about the pressure system in the area.
So while we aren't adjusting anything on the drone itself, we can use this indirectly, like low pressure, say below 29.80, often means stormy or unstable weather.
Exactly. And high pressure, maybe above 30.2, usually suggests clearer, calmer, more stable conditions.
So if other factors like wind or visibility are kind of marginal, a low pressure reading might be the final confirmation to maybe not fly?
Precisely. It's another piece of the puzzle, another layer of confirmation for your decision.
Okay. A quick mental trick for block 5, temp and dew, then pressure clue.
Nice. And finally, we arrive at block 6, remarks, RMK. This block always starts with RMK. It contains additional non-standard details. Think of them as the weather observer's bonus notes. They aren't always there, but when they are, they can offer some really valuable extra insights or crucial warnings.
Like in our example, RMK, CU1, SC4, AC3, SLP, 134. What's that telling us?
Okay, CU1, SC4, AC3 describes cloud types and their amounts in octas. CU is cumulus, XC stratocumulus, AC altocumulus, the numbers of the octas. So 1 octocumulus, 4 stratocumulus, 3 altocumulus gives you a bit more detail on the cloud picture, and SLP 134, that's sea level pressure. SLP for short. The 134 means 115.4 hectopascals or millibars. This is super useful for tracking pressure trends. Is the pressure falling rapidly? That usually means worsening weather is on the way, rising pressure, improving conditions.
Okay, so SLP helps see the trend, but what about those immediate red flags you mentioned? Where do they show up?
Right here in remarks. This is where you find critical stuff like TSOHD, that means thunderstorm overhead, or maybe LTG, DSNTW, lightning distant west.
And those are instant NOGOs for drones, right? Even if the wind and viz look okay.
Absolutely. Instant NO. Thunderstorms means severe turbulence, lightning, heavy rain, hail, just incredibly dangerous, unstable air.
Yeah.
Stay far away. These remarks are hidden truths that can literally save your drone and prevent accidents.
Okay, critical warnings in RMK.
You might also see other useful bits like fog bank N, fog bank to the north, SNINCR, snow increasing rapidly, or automation tags like AO1 or AO2. AO2 means the automated station has a precipitation sensor.
Gotcha. So for remembering remarks, RMK, really meaningful knowledge not required, but reveals hidden truths.
I like that one.
Okay, we've broken down all the pieces. Now let's put your new decoding skills to the test. Let's look at real-world METARs and make some go calls for your drone.
Sounds good. Let's first revisit our clear, calm day example. CYYC 141-500 Z250-250-1KT SC3 SLP 134. Let's walk through it again, decide go, no go at each step. Location time. CYYC 14500Z, Calgary. Report's about 3 hours old by now, maybe getting a bit stale, but let's assume conditions are stable. Need to check for updates.
Okay, noted. Check freshness.
Wind, 250 10KT, 10 knots from WSW. That's mild, well within limits for most drones.
Visibility, 15 SM, 15 statute miles. Extremely clear. Excellent VLS, definite go.
Sky conditions, FUW 020, BKN 050, OVC 090. Clouds start at 2,000 feet, broken at 5,000 feet. Plenty of ceiling below 5,000 feet for ops under 400 feet. We're well clear. Go.
Temp pressure, 1208 A2992. Mild temp, good spread, decent pressure. Stable conditions indicated. Go.
Remarks. RMK CU1 SC4 AC3 SLP 134. Just gives more cloud detail, normal pressure, no warnings. Go.
So overall verdict.
Clear go. Looks like a great day for flying. Just double check for a newer METAR before launch.
Perfect. Now let's flip the script. Look at a stormy, low visibility scenario. A real contrast. CSRA BCAN 000Z 1A020G 34SM R12400 FT plus TSRA BCAN 007 OVC 015 1A2975 RMK TS OHD SLP 070. Ooh, that one just looks angry. Let's break it down.
Okay, emphasizing the risks here. Wind, 1A020G 30 KT. Wind from the south at 20 knots, gusting to 30 knots. That's very strong and gusty. Likely exceeds limits. Huge red flag. Probably NO go right there.
Visibility, 34 SM, 3/4 of statute mile. Way below the legal 3 SM minimum for VLOS and controlled airspace, and just generally unsafe. Absolute NO go.
And then sky conditions. BKN 007, OVC 015. Ceiling is broken clouds at 700 feet HGL, overcast at 1,500 feet. You can't possibly maintain 500 feet below clouds. Illegal and dangerous. No go.
Tim Dew point. 1716. Only 1 degree spread. That screams fog, mist, low clouds, terrible visibility even without the rain. Another a no-go factor.
And the remarks, plus TSRA means heavy thunderstorm with rain. And TSOHT, thunderstorm overhead. Critical, unsafe condition, the ultimate no-go.
Not looking good, is it?
Not at all. The verdict here, stay grounded, don't even think about it. This is a multi-layered no-go situation.
Okay, that really clarifies how multiple factors stack up. So let's reinforce that overall go-no-go decision matrix quickly. Key thresholds we discussed. Wind, generally under 16 knots is okay, maybe go. Over 22 knots, probably a no-go. Check your drone specs. Visibility needs to be better than 3 SM for a clear Joe. Less than 2 SM, definitely a no-go. Cloud ceiling, need that base well above 1,000 feet for a comfortable go. Below 500 foot clearance, a no-go. And immediate no-goes. Freezing rain, thunderstorms, big gust spreads over 10 knots. Any of those, just pack it up.
That's a solid summary. Now, how about some secret sauce knowledge, stuff that makes you look like a real pro?
Ooh, yes, please.
Okay, first, METARs are lies. You can pull them up right on your phone or tablet in the field. Use ADI Canada's AWWS website or sites like metar-taf.com. It's a real-time decision tool. Use it.
Live data in the field. Nice.
Second, remember METARs are snapshots. The current weather, TAFs, terminal aerodrome forecasts, those are forecasts. That's a whole other deep dive. And remember SPECU reports. They signal sudden changes, often things getting worse. Pay attention if a METAR suddenly switches to SPECU.
Good point. METAR now, TAF later.
Third, keep an eye out for fun Easter eggs sometimes. PKWND means peak wind recorded recently. FU means smoke, fumer, usually from wildfires. You might even see VA for volcanic ash. Hopefully not often.
Volcanic ash, wow.
And finally, aviation slang you should know. KVU, pronounced CAV OK, it means ceiling, and visibility OK. Specifically, 10 kilometers or more visibility, no clouds below 5,000 feet, no significant weather. If you see KV OK, pilots are happy. And you should be too. It means excellent flying conditions.
Pay to co. Got it. Good one to know. And we shared a bunch of memory aids today, right? Lions watch vultures. 10 or more. Broken or over.
Right.
Hopefully those little phrases help this stuff stick. Maybe we can make a rap out of it. Or maybe not.
Hey, whatever works. The real-world use cases here are huge. Knowing this stuff lets you brief your team effectively. You'll impress during an advanced RPAS flight review if you can discuss the METAR intelligently. But most importantly, it helps you prevent unsafe operations. It gives you the solid knowledge to confidently say, nope, we need to scrub this mission today. It's about building that robust safety culture based on real data.
Absolutely. So we've taken that seemingly impenetrable code, the METAR, and hopefully broken it down into really actionable insights for your drone operations, you now have a powerful tool to understand what's happening right now, weather-wise, and make those smart go-no-go decisions.
Exactly. This deep dive wasn't just about, decoding symbols. It was about equipping you with the critical thinking skills to apply that knowledge for safer flights, more confident flights, making the best call every time.
So what does this all mean for you, the listener? It means you're not just flying, you're understanding the environment around you. You're becoming a truly well-informed, responsible pilot. And for a final challenge to test your new skills, here's a mystery METAR. Decode this one on your own. CZVL141-200Z31015G23KT2SMSM A2FSM BKN009 OVC020M05 NF07 A29A8 RMKSC7 SLP1 tool. Can you read it out? Break it down block by block. Decide if it's a Jugo or NO-Go for your drone. Give it a shot. Keep diving deep into knowledge. That's a wrap on today's mission, Commander. See above, go beyond, get ahead. For more training, tools, and intel, head to skycommander.ca. If you learned something new, share it, subscribe, and leave us a 5-star debrief.